Welcome to the Black Script Storytellers. My name is Kevin Marable, and today we have an amazing guest with us. Our guest, you may know him from his reality days on Black Ink Crew. Recently, he has been making waves in acting in the independent film scene. We have Donald Brumfield with us. Well, I'm sorry.
What's
Let me say that again. We have Don Brumfield with us.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. How you living? How you living?
Good man. How you doing?
Blessed, bro. I can't complain, man.
Awesome, awesome. So there's a question that I like to ask everybody that comes onto the show. It's a very simple question, but some
Mhm.
might find it a little difficult to answer. Are you ready?
All right, let's get it.
All right. The question is, who is Don Brumfield?
And Don Brunfield is a young man from the south side of Chicago who's done nothing but overcome adversity, overcome trials and tribulations, turned his life into a full testimony of success and um, countless amount of faith it poured into himself to be where he is today and to continue to grow. He's a father, he's a husband, he's a brother, he's a man of his word. He's tackling the chapters in his life, and everything he says he wants to do, he's doing it. That's who Don Brumfield is, an example of what it means not to uh, be overcome by your fears. He's an example of what it means not to let other people kick you and keep you down.
Mhm.
He's an example of what it means to overcome everything life can throw at you and stand there still tall, man. So that's who Don Brumfield is.
I love it, man. Yeah, you gave me a great answer. I like to ask that question because I like to humanize the person that I'm speaking to, and a lot of times
Oh,
we don't really
completely.
get to see the human side of things. We only see what's in front of us on on
Of
camera,
course.
film. So I'm glad that you said that. We need more positive black men out here, man, representing. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So, okay, so you were part of a reality series, which a lot of
Yeah.
us know of, Black Ink Crew, Chicago. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about how that happened for you.
Well, you know what? It was timing, man. Like I said, sometimes you can be in the right place at the right time, and God can have a plan for you that you didn't even expect. For me, I was just coming home, finally moving back from college.
Hmm.
Overcoming some trials and tribulations that took place out there. Kind of trying to get back to Chicago to get my foot planted, trying to figure out what I'll do. I just had my kid. And I'm like, yo, what am I finna do? I gotta make some money. You know what I mean? It's not me no more, not just me. And in between searching for jobs, my brother was already a tattoo artist here in Chicago, making a popular buzz for himself.
Hmm.
Um, in the tattoo industry, especially in the urban for our color, because it's not a lot of tattoo artists of our color that have been successful. So in our city, my brother and the rest of the team that you end up seeing on Black Ink, were already becoming this prominent like black successful tattoo shop here in Chicago that was taking over the scene because they were not only the dope tattoo artists, but they were popular on the club scene, popular on the hip hop scene. Like we were just a part of the culture of the city.
Yeah.
Just and I came in, and my brother was like, "Hey, you just got home. I know you got my nephew. I know you got your baby mom at the time." Asking my wife, who was my baby mom at the time, said, "Hey, we got to figure this out.
Hmm.
Man, come over here and work up here with us." I'm like,
Wow.
"All right, say less." So I appreciate it. My brother just tried to make sure he put some money in my pocket.
Hmm.
That turned into me building great relationships with the whole shop, becoming family. Next thing you know, man, out the blue, we're getting this pilot. These people are calling to shoot a pilot. They're
Wow.
seeing on Instagram. This is when Instagram is still early. We're talking 2014, you
Wow.
know, ish, and they're seeing these crazy pictures and videos of our parties at the shop and the way that the shop is and the lights. Because this before Instagram was like, I mean, bro, like back in the day, like I think getting 1,000 likes nowadays is like common, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but like 2013, you getting 1,000, 2,000 likes on the photo, like
You're
who
doing
is
something.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
like
doing
who is
something.
you? So the shop was already doing those type of numbers back then. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up getting a pilot shot by. At the time, they didn't announce themselves to be VH1. We had no idea what we were signing ourselves up for. We shot this pilot, and man, the network loved us. And I looked up, and people still to this day have never realized how everybody knows Don Bruffin. I never done a tattoo on the show ever. Like I'm like, I'm just a true testimony of just being in the right place, being yourself, being
Yeah,
your most genuine self, walking through your journey. That alone paved the way for me in the VH1 industry, in the reality TV industry, becoming one of the prominent people on the show that people mention Black Ink Crew Chicago, you're gonna think of Don. Like you can't like not think of me and my story and the things the stories my family were able to tell to get here today, man. So for me, I would say getting on the show is just right place, right time,
hmm
and being grateful. And I can always say be humble and being grateful to have my brother who wanted to make sure I was straight. So if my
yeah,
brother never made that call and was like, "Man, put some money in your pocket. Let me get you in the shop," I probably would never been a part of it. I probably would have been who knows what type of job I'd be working right now, a regular job I would have,
yeah,
career. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just would have been on a whole different path. You
yeah.
know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying? So my
absolutely.
brother wanted to make sure I was getting some money and make sure I was able to take care of my family is what opened that door.
Wow, wow. Man, talk about right place, right time. God, having you in His favor.
Yeah,
All the blessings went your way, man. It was just perfect timing for you,
for
um,
sure.
and everybody else as part of the
Of
cast
course.
as
Oh,
well.
completely.
Yeah,
Yeah, it took a group effort. Yeah.
yeah. But to do that in 2014, 2015 era,
Hmm.
is huge. And then to not have any type of TV ties or ties to
Yeah.
television or producers or anything, it's just off the strength of social media and garnering the attention of the internet at that time
And
and
at
turning
that time,
a TV
it
show.
was
It's
yeah,
amazing.
that's what the people that understand. It wasn't like you said, it wasn't us knowing some people who called some people.
Yeah.
It was just literally us being a group of 20. Everybody was between 21 and 24 years old at the time, bro. So you gotta understand, we was just some hustlers. It was a shop full of hustlers, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My girl Kat, who's now in LA doing the Black Ink LA. Kat
Mhm.
was just got back from the zoo. She was a 19, 20-year old coming back from the zoo who everybody knew her Cat Tats because she was tatting up the entire football team of guys who are now NFL players in
Wow.
college. You know what I'm saying? My brother was doing cover ups for like half the athletes in the city. Him and Ryan was already tatting the Bulls, the Bears. This is
Wow.
19, 20-year-old, 22-year-old artists
Yeah.
already doing celebrities tattoos, from G Herbo to Dirk to like anybody you thinking of have definitely got a tattoo from Van to my brother to Cat to Ryan. Like they cross paths, you know what I'm saying? And that just speaks on the character of who. And I was an athlete, so everybody knew me for hooping. Like it
Yeah.
just it just spoke on like who we were to the city.
Yeah.
No TV, you know what I'm saying? No television, and that paved way for television because like, well, we gonna come film y'all. We might as well be rocking with some people that the people rocking with. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it made it that much easier for us to be able to show Chicago,
Mhm.
go to the popular clubs, film in the popular restaurants because everybody was like, oh, they're my peoples. Hey,
Yeah.
bring the cameras through. Bring the cameras through.
So,
And,
so
and
at,
I
at an early time, you already knew how to make those connections work, and you
had to
guys
make it
you guys just took the advantage of having all of that access in the city and turning it into
exactly,
a show. Yeah.
exactly. We was ahead of our time. We didn't realize
Yeah.
it. We was just ahead of our time.
Yeah, that's the early days. That's early on to what, reality TV is today, where you have
Completely.
like the Real Housewives and you have some of these other shows where all they do is go around, go to these major markets, major cities, find what's
Yeah.
popping, and then they bring the cast and you let
Yeah,
them
and they bring the cast and they just bring them. But we were organically kids who grew up
right,
here. We're
right.
from the city. People know us. It wasn't like, oh, are they from Chicago? Like, no, I played ball with Buddy. That's Don. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? He used to be in the guards, which is a project out here. You know what I mean? Like, Don
yeah,
used to be in the guards playing ball on the crate. Like, so for us, it meant so much because we were at that time able to put on for our city. And as you see now, man, from what we did, most TV shows don't make it after a season. We made it almost 10 years of doing reality TV at this point and still not even a canceled show. They just rechartering how they want to present it again. So like for
yeah,
that to go on for a decade on top of representing your city and now what we did also correlated to a culture thing where it shifted Chicago at the time from being like, at the time all you knew was drill music here. Just
hmm
drill music from Keith and,
yeah,
Herb and them coming out and King Louie and Dirk and everybody blowing up before Von and them even took off. You had this culture of like, man, don't go to Chicago, right?
Right.
And then we
Yeah.
opened up that door for you got four.
No, you good. You good. All good.
Okay, we good. Okay, we good. We got this culture of now, you know, people are, movies are being done here. You got Power and Forest, The Shy. I feel proud that we were part of this era where filmmaking makes sense here in Chicago. At
Right.
the time, Empire was a popular show on
Right.
television. Around so what we did, I'm just proud to say we were part of like nourishing our city and bringing like some life back to our city at the time and being able to show the real Chicago. So I'm proud of everything we were able to do.
Absolutely, man. And it's incredible when you think about it. You just look back. You guys were really the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I got you, bro. This people just
Oh,
they
okay.
just
No
personally
worries.
blowing me up right now. They don't. I gotta put my phone on do not disturb, man.
No,
There we
you
go. Good. Yeah, I gotta have it. They ready to call now. I ain't talked to me all day.
Yeah, that's all good. It's just a testimony to how popular you are still, man.
For sure, for sure. It's crazy.
So let's move forward just a little bit. So when
Yeah.
you transition from reality TV, how did you get into acting?
Well, acting was something. Even while we was in the middle of reality TV, acting was something I wanted to get into. My mind was always on, why I'm on this platform, why I have this opportunity. What are other things you want to participate in? What are other things you see yourself doing? Becoming a entrepreneur. Being an actor. These were already things I had in my brain. So I started off doing stage plays originally, just kind
Yeah,
of getting my feet wet
yeah,
traveling. I was able to do a dope play that went on tour called Truth About a Black Man that had me, um, Zuri Craig, rest in peace, was the writer. He was one of Tyler Perry's
yeah.
actors and singers from his earlier plays and stage plays. And he
Hmm.
wrote this script, and it was a blessing to be able to participate in because I was doing the play with a legendary Hattie Mae. Everybody knows, Auntie Hattie or Granny
Yeah.
Hattie from all the Medea movies,
Wow.
and to be on stage with her
Yeah.
was like, amazing. And then to share the stage with the Hamiltons, great talented brothers who are talented singers, also great actors and comedians. And so for me, it was an opportunity, and I don't know how many people have actually done a stage play before in their life, but
Hmm.
it's a little bit different from doing camera work, like because
Yeah.
you can do some retakes.
Yeah.
When you're in this room and you got like the live audience, you hearing every
Everything. Yeah.
like it's like, oh, I gotta stay focused, like they watching me. And
Right.
that, man, that broke the ice on acting for me. Like, hey, I can do this. And then spending all these years on camera, it was like, hey, this is organic, man.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, man, I have to give nothing but the kudos and blessings to Keisha Irving and Dennis Reed.
Oh.
Keisha Irving is who was the original. She wrote. Well, she's still the writer of Paper Heart.
Right.
She
Okay.
wrote Paper Heart as a book,
Uh,
and I can't tell you the history on how the deal worked out with Dennis.
mhm.
But Keisha was like, hey, I want Don to play this lead. Now Dennis, and he tells the story too. Dennis already was doing this thing out there in Detroit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
He's still doing. He's really doing his thing.
he could have grabbed lead. He
Yeah.
could have grabbed a countless amount of other lead men out of Detroit. But Keisha was like, man, I really wrote this, and I saw Don. I saw Don. I want you to grab Don. Dennis like, man, who this old big old reality TV dude? I ain't got time for no Hollywood actors. And man, all right, man, I'm telling you, I got some actors who gonna kill it. And she begged him to give me a chance. And Dennis, wasn't sure what to expect at first, but he saw me come to rehearsal. I knew my lines. He saw how serious I was taking it, and I was able to earn his respect.
Hmm.
And when they put me in Paper Heart, man, and I was able to one of my first lead roles deliver such a dope film that people still love to this day,
Yeah.
that did great numbers, that just kind of broke the wall down for me to be an actor. I have to always thank Keisha Urban, always tell Dennis Reed how much I love him as a brother. From
Hmm.
there, he's like, Don, bro, you finna be acting, bro. You finna be acting after this movie, bro. Like, and you hear people say stuff all the time, like, but it was like as soon as I did Paper Heart, bro, I haven't slowed down yet. We looking at 3 years later, 4 years later, and I'm still getting calls, I'm getting auditions, I'm getting, and people will only know how many auditions I did during the pandemic, during all those eras when things were going on. Like any show that's on TV right now, I promise you, I'll probably audition for it
Wow.
from the Tyler Perry shows to all the Queen's Men, all these shows I've been fighting, bro. So
Yeah.
like I tell people to be able to do what I'm doing still in the independent world makes me feel good because I tell people they don't know how powerful the independent world is becoming, and
Yeah.
to be
Absolutely.
one of the considered respectfully one of them dudes, faces or recognizable face. Because I ain't gonna say I'm that dude. I'm a humble guy, but like to be one of the faces, like, oh, I know him. Like that makes me know, like, man, my hard work not going unnoticed. My hard work not going unseen. People
Right.
watching, people know I got it, and I love it, bro. Like this is one of my callings. It doesn't feel like work, bro. This is life. This is fun for me.
Yeah, and absolutely. Just to backtrack just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
As far as you mentioning the stage plays, I'm glad that
yeah.
you started there. There's a lot of actors who get their start there, and just to your point, as to while you're on stage, you can hear every little noise, every
Oh man.
cough, every sound. It can
Mm-hmm.
potentially distract you, but while you're on stage, there's no retakes, there's no nothing. You just have to
There's
go and
nothing.
know your lines. And I feel like, and a lot of other actors say this too, but I feel like that is the best way to enter into the acting business because it strengthens your chops way more. So once you do get in front of the camera,
Man.
you're already
And
prepared. You don't have to do a whole lot of retakes. You already
yeah.
know, you know your cadence,
It's
you know how to set the
mm-hmm.
rhythm, all of that.
I think it's just a difference in the delivery.
Hmm.
Ooh, excuse me. Theater's a little bit more theatrical because you got to sell it for the crowd.
Right.
But it, like you say, it shows you how to treat your nerves, how to train your body not to be nervous, not to be scared. I'm a character right now. I'm
Hmm.
locked in. I'm no
Hmm.
longer Don Brumfield right now. I'm Marcus. I'm Knight. I'm Julian. I'm James. Right? Like whoever I am, this is who I am. And I
Yeah.
think theater trains people to get rid of that nervousness, get
Hmm.
rid of the fear of being in front of. Like I've done the biggest play. We had a sold out play that had almost 800 people in it here in Chicago.
Wow.
We did a finale here in the city. We had a sold out black theater, 800 people, like
And that was
a lot
independent.
of play. It was independently done, promoted by Surrey Craig, me, my guys here, just using our network to, bring the city out to our play because they had watched it online, seen the reels of me and Hattie, and was cracking up and rolling and couldn't wait to see it. We brought it here to Chicago, and it was the greatest thing. And that was when it was like, bro, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Hmm.
You didn't crack, you didn't fold. The team didn't fold. We did a great job. We killed it,
Right.
man. To sit in a room, me and four people on the camera.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
what
easy.
are we gonna
That's
do?
light
Yeah,
work.
there's light work. You know what I mean? This is like just stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nerves are gone, man. So this stuff is like an exercise now, man. It's fun, and when you're on this set, man, through the plays and the filming, you learn how to interact, learn the team. Get comfortable with the other actors, actresses, the team, the crew. Because I tell people all the time, man, I don't care who you think of me as. People tell you Don is a team player. So
Mhm.
I know that every person on the set, every person from the PA down to your director, down to the girl you got holding the extras,
Yeah.
all of them make this a successful project.
Right.
And when you showing everybody that respect, that love, and energy, and thanking them and appreciate and showing them your appreciation because they're here and they chose me, I gotta come and kill it. Y'all could have chose any of these dudes in the world, but y'all hit me. Y'all shot me a phone call, an email. I'm gonna come deliver, and I'm gonna show everybody love because I appreciate all y'all for still looking at me, and I'm gonna keep doing my part.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And I love the fact that you're mentioning this because that is a big piece, a big role, even though it's not a part of the character that you play, but it's a big
Yeah,
role as who you need to be as an actor. You need to remain
completely.
humble. You need to thank everybody. You need to put yourself in the position that this can be the one and only role, or I can set myself up to have a multitude of roles
A multitude.
because I am this person and I'm showcasing to everybody on set that this is who I
Completely.
am. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Completely. I mean, you have to
yeah,
think about it, bro. Like, you have to really think about it. Like, sometimes, don't get me wrong, I've been in this realm, or I guess you could say the celebrity realm, for a while now. You come across people that people love on the internet,
yeah,
but are really dicks in person,
yeah.
assholes. And you hear it all the time.
Right.
And you hear it all the time. And the thing is, I tell people all the time, I am who I am because of the support. I
Mhm.
became who I became because of the love.
Right.
So if I got to take 2 minutes out of my day to give this hug when I'm passing through the airport, I might be running to my flight. It's still so hard to tell that lady who's been chasing me with her phone no,
Right.
without stopping to take that selfie and tell her thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Or
Mhm.
when we pull up and you got that PA who's like, man, I want to get an acting scene so bad, and
Yeah.
nobody cares about him because he's told to go collect water bottles and cans, but he done came across Don, and Don's the one that told him, hey man, you can do it, bro.
Right.
Just keep watching, keep studying.
Yeah.
You got this. If this is really what you want to do, just pay attention to what I'm doing, man, and let's grow, let's grow. And next thing you know, I look up and this girl or this guy has got their first acting gig, and they always DM me, Don, look, that
Right.
happened, bro.
Exactly.
Thank you, man, for the words, bro. I didn't know it was going. That's what I live for, man. Because at the end of the day, we are our legacy, man. Our legacy is also how we treat people. It ain't gonna always just be how much money you made. It ain't gonna always be just the accolades. Like, when people pass away, man, you've been at funerals and you wonder how many people gonna stand up at your funeral and have so much love for you and so many positive stories about you. That's what I care about, because if something happened to me, God forbid, I know people will be there for my children and my family because of the man I chose to be in life when I
Right.
had breath. So that determines what my family is treated like in the afterlife. That determines what that looks like, my legacy. You know what I mean? And I look at that from everywhere I work, everywhere I move in life, from my businesses to my to act, all of that comes together. It comes full circle, man. And then we don't know who. You never know, man. I tell people, you never know when you cross that bridge, man. Don't burn that bridge, because you never know who you got to run into on the way back and where they might send you because of the
Absolutely.
few words and the respect you showed them, man. For
Yeah.
real.
Absolutely. Those that you see on the way up are the same ones you see on the way
See
down.
on the way down, bro. And you never know. There's them be some hands, bro. That might be, hey, hey man, I can't let you fall, brother. You've been a good
Yeah.
dude. What can
Yeah.
I do? That's the difference, bro. And I live by that. I live by that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Okay, so you've been in a lot of independent films. I'm gonna name the more notable ones that
Okay.
I'm familiar with. We mentioned it earlier: Paper Heart, Faithful, Quick Money,
Mm-hmm.
Gunplay, Finding Destiny, The Affair, Street
Yeah.
Legal, and many more. You got
Oh,
plenty
they on
more.
the way. They on
Yeah,
the way.
you got plenty
It's
more.
crazy, man. You got the name, and I forget. I was like, yeah, what was it?
Yeah, and I didn't even look
Yeah.
at that. I just ran through the ones that are the most familiar to me.
Yeah.
Um, what do you do to stay booked?
Honestly, man, I'm a fan of every project I do.
Mhm.
I tell people there's no one too big, there's not one too small. So I'm the type of guy, number one, no matter what the project is, I'm shouting it out, I'm promoting it, I'm pushing it. I enjoy the process while I'm on set. So if I can catch some content while I'm on set, working with these directors, these producers, and the people, that's number one, showing humility through the process.
Right.
That lets people know, he's a good person. He's going to actually push. Because some people believe when you get in a certain realm, they believe you too Hollywood to do your part. You too Hollywood to help the project. He ain't gonna push the project. No, man. When them trailers ready, I'm thirsty. I'm
Yeah.
thumping them out with y'all. I'm
Yeah.
pushing with y'all. And some people don't know how important that is, especially to these independent film directors who are taking their own money,
Mhm.
out of their own children's mouths. They're home for a dream. So I gotta believe. I prove to them I believe in their dream as much as I do. I believe every project gonna be number one. I believe
Yeah.
every project gonna do great numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna push it the same. I'm gonna fight hard. It's just, I'm gonna push and work hard. So I think for me, that part helps. And then once I get the opportunity to be in front of that camera, I gotta deliver. I'm gonna deliver. And I think, man, that is how it works. And just keep in faith, man. I think we forget that we are the designers of our universe.
Yeah.
We can control our universe, and people just don't have not tapped into that power yet. And so when you understand everything that you're doing is just a part of the process and the building blocks, and because you have kept your eyes on that end goal,
Mhm.
it's coming. So that's what I believe keeps me booked, man. I know I don't believe like, oh man, this is the last movie. I never have that thought. I never have that thought. I know a call is happening every month. I know an email or a contract is on its way or a negotiation is. I know it. I have faith in it. I know that I'm doing my part. And when you know it, and when you know that you're leaving no stone unturned, you had no choice but to win. And that's why I'm at in life, man. So I think humility, keeping faith, and just through that I'm able to control my destiny, man. I know that and I don't look at it like because of the way the world is changing. I know everybody want to be on BMF. Everybody would love to be on Power or this and that. Like, that's dope. All of those shows are dope. I got ambitions of being a lead on that. I want to be a lead. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I also know that the independent film industry is becoming so powerful that as it continues to grow, it's just like a Netflix did at once, or like Amazon series had to do at one point. If I'm a part of that leading group in the beginning of what it looks like to be these powerful independent film shows, when Tubi becomes the main streaming network, as it is already growing, as people see, bro, he put me in the right place and the right time, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Because now you got these other celebrities who DM me, hey Don, how do I get on the Tubi? Man, I'm trying to get in the Tubi. I just saw Summer Walker. She watched China movie, and Summer Walker like, man, somebody put me in one of these Tubi movies. What's up? I want to get in one. You got somebody who don't need it.
Yeah.
But I'm already in the place people want to be, and I'm shining in it. So why switch up and why
provide that access? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So why switch up? Why run away from the formula that's showing to be working? Why run away from a formula that's making millionaires in Detroit and in these independent film and changing people's lives? Why would I switch up? Just for a little bit more notoriety? Nah, I'll be all right. My time is coming. It's already set in stone.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So out of all of the films that I just mentioned, I know you
Okay.
have some that are coming up.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Fatal.
Okay.
Without giving away the film, can you give us any details as to who your character is and the role that you play in the film?
Oh man, without giving out too much details, in Fatal, man, I think I play my character in Fatal. When I do these projects with Legend, man, it's funny, man, because the way he writes,
Mm.
um, it's interesting. He's really trying to hit you with the realistic, like energy that the world is facing, that they're scared to look into. That's what Omission was in the first place when we did Omission, and then
Okay.
this one, my character as a lead is, I think, depicts the modern day man
Mhm.
and the odds he's up against when we're talking about social media, the
Okay.
stigmatization of what it means to be a man, what it
Yeah.
means to be a provider, what it looks like. Am I relevant? Am I still respected as a man based on my shortcomings? Because we know we live in this world as a man. Oh, you ain't got no money. You ain't got this. You can't. We can't. If we ain't making under 400,000 nowadays, we ain't no man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We ain't no real man. Like, that's what the odds have put against us. So I think my character this time gets to deliver that story of what it looks like to be this man who's battling life, who's been a good man, but also stuck to live in the stigmatization of what social media shows. And oh, he can't do this now. He ain't a real man no more. He shouldn't be respected anymore. Like, it shows you how quick you can be hearing everybody's eyes, and
Right.
when you have a little shortcoming, it shows you who really there. And I
Yeah.
think my character kind of tells that story that a lot of men deal with in their life when it comes to friends, family, their relationship, how their women switch up on them.
Mhm.
As he goes through ups and downs and downfalls. I'm trying not to give too much, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think my character is going to deliver that. And my story in this movie, because it's a couple of different chapters to this, to Fatal. I think that's like one of the keys. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the keys.
Okay. Yeah. And just to your point, yeah, it's a heavy. It's I wouldn't say heavy. It's a wide microscope on everybody's life today with social media.
Oh man, it's
And
crazy.
yeah, like you said, any misstep that you might have, then it's instant
Mm,
cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? So
smoke, you smoke.
yeah. So
It's smoke.
definitely have to watch what it is that you do. You got to be on. You're kind of on pins and needles at all times. And make sure you don't say the wrong
Hmm.
things. You don't do the wrong things. And that is a big part of life. So I'm very interested in seeing how this story unfolds and
Oh man, I think it's gonna be dope, man. But I
yeah,
think I love doing projects that are eye openers.
Hmm.
I love doing projects that kind of like, get people to thinking. And the great part is like, great writing is part of it, man. But us as actors, we have to deliver that story.
Yeah.
We got to deliver that story across camera. So I think the more realistic the story is, the more relatable, the more it hits home.
Right.
And that's what makes, I think that's the part of great writing. I think that's the challenge that all these directors and writers are up against, making sure that it hits home and it's memorable. Because all the dope films have been the ones that you can relate to, that
Yeah.
you know that your homie went through, your homegirl went through, or something that happened on your block just similar.
Yeah.
Because that's what I tell people, what I love about this independent film is these stories are our stories.
And they're raw. They're not. They're
They're
not cookie cutter. They're not.
cookie cutter. They
Yeah.
raw.
They're raw. Yeah.
They the raw stories of our life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what
Absolutely.
makes these stories hit home.
Yeah, man. Out of all the characters that you've played, do you have
Mm.
a favorite character that you played?
Man, it's crazy. I've loved every project, man. I literally have loved every project thus far. Um, it's hard to say who's my favorite character,
Hmm.
because I think I'm still evolving as an actor. And when I get these new roles thrown at me, it's so exciting to see if I can deliver. Like I gotta deliver. I get to play a little crazy this time.
Yeah.
I ain't never did crazy. I'm always playing the cool guy. I'm always playing the cool lover boy. Let's see how this goes. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
getting the switch up has been so exciting, man. But I will say, um, I think one of the most least pressurable stories I did that I felt like I just fell into was Quick Money, because I
Mm.
got to show a comedy side of myself. I got to just live in the moment of the set and the jokes and the moment and deliver that. So I will say playing Quick was fun. It was just fun. I didn't feel too much pressure from the storyline. I don't even think I had an intimate scene in that movie. It was like I just get to get in there and be silly.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's
Like,
a lot of times that's when it's the best when you can just let loose and be yourself.
hey,
And
be
and
myself, man.
yeah, you seem to have been able to pull that off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was fun. I would say being quick,
Yeah.
and then being Marcus and Faithful
Okay.
was extremely interesting because me and Lee Master, man, and everybody loves Lee, man. I told him he's the king of the aunties and the nieces, man. Like he that Lee is that dude in his own right, man. And so doing that with Lee Master, and Lee's smaller than me, so to do that with Lee and Lee be the tough guy. I had to fold to Lee and be like, oh, I'm scared of Lee. He gonna kill
Right.
me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to have to do that, it was fun. And me and Lee was cracking up about it. And he
Yeah.
got so into character, man. And Krista the doll was being Krista the doll. She comes and she brings it. And to do that with them and my homegirl Kia, who played my wife, it was like it was just amazing, bro. So don't like that was like crazy, man, and
Right.
and it was an amazing experience. And then how could I forget playing Knight for the very first time, presenting myself as Paper Heart, like being able to step out as that guy for the very first time
Yeah.
and show the world my acting skills. It's never being deleted from my story. That's that thing that's that poster you gotta throw on the wall and say
Absolutely.
that's what opened the door.
Yeah.
So
That's
playing him, being able to do that for the first time and show y'all who I was,
yeah. Yeah. It's the
it
big
don't get
part
no
of your
better.
journey right there. Is that's the start, and then from there everything else just took off.
Just took off, man.
Um, what do you do to get into character?
Well, I'm a big person on meditating, man. So like I tell people all the time, like when it comes to these characters, you got to release. People on the set sometimes, depending on the scenes, how deep or in depth we have to go. Sometimes, when you're in it, you gotta like sometimes you gotta release. So I'm big on just I've learned not to hold on to energy.
Hmm.
So I think the best part is I can go deep into this character, go deep, take myself to a place
Hmm.
and release it. So like you just got to be balanced. I think finding balance itself has allowed me to shift. If I ain't got no balance, you kind of all over the place. So it's gonna be hard to even be that character because you out of balance with yourself. You
Right.
can really get into these characters when you at peace with yourself. So now I can just focus on being this guy. If I'm a villain right now, I'm just a villain. I know in reality when I walk away from here, I can release the energy. I can fully get angry right now for this
Yeah.
5 minutes. It's okay. I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like, so I can really dig into it, man. So I think meditating and work on self has truly allowed me to jump from character to character. Like, I don't think people realize how important that is.
Yeah.
That's pretty much your difference from Denzel Washington to, your least favorite actress or actor. Like Denzel has worked on himself. He's
Right.
become a great man, a balanced man. Those actors, like, because they're so balanced within, you know what I mean? That's where you see the difference.
Mm.
So it's two ways you can go about it. You got those actors who are too off the
Yeah.
shits where,
And it's,
like,
and it's hard. Then it's hard to shake the character.
then it's hard to shake the character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because those guys are too off in it and they only can live in the moment. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's a balance, man. So I think I'm just one of those actors who have a great balance with self and is constantly working on self. And by working on myself, that allows me to understand my character better. I can empathize with my character. I can
Mm.
understand his journey, and because I can truly understand him, because of the work I put in on myself as a person, that allows me to get into that character because I can see him. I can understand him. If I don't understand myself, no way I'm gonna understand another person. At that point, I'm just reading lines. I
Mm.
don't understand his journey. I don't understand his story. I can't understand why he's angry because I know me and I've been growing, I can empathize with my character. I can sympathize with his journey of being cheated on, why his woman did this. I can see why his woman did that to him. I can
Right.
understand what he's actually dealing with because of the work. So for me, it's constant work on self allows me to be a better character when it's
Mm.
time to play these guys.
Mm. Have you ever had a role that challenged you?
Um, I think all of them challenge me.
Okay.
Because you got to be able. I can't be the same Don in every film.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be that guy that's real. Like you ever seen people who are typecasted? Like
Yes.
really like he got to be Hector. But now I'm Hector, the car stealer. Like I'm always the thug. Like I don't, what I'm saying? It's the guy's been Hector for 20, 30 years. He's been
Yeah.
literally Hector in every movie.
And I
Cause
know which guy you talking about too.
you know what I'm talking about? He's Hector for life. You know what I'm saying? Like he was
Yeah.
never able to do anything but be Hector, and he always got to deal with a car, a bank robbery or a car, or so that's
Yeah.
Hector. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So I think every role is a challenge. Like, rather I'm being a prosecutor, Spikes on Street Legal, or I'm being, the hustler at Quick Money Tax. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I had to be two completely different dudes. And that's important. So every role is a challenge, man, because you want to make sure you're delivering him. I gotta be this other person. So it's never not a challenge, man. It's never not a challenge, especially when it's time to be emotional.
Yeah.
Especially when my guy has to be vulnerable in his emotions and his feelings. Those are the hardest ones. Like Paper Heart, like was challenging when because I had a few scenes that had to be emotional,
Hmm.
and I'm a '80s baby, man. So crying as a man and being in your feelings as a man wasn't common. That wasn't
Right.
that that wasn't conversations we held growing up with our fathers and uncles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hold on, we got a little freeze going. My bad on my end.
Oh, you good? You good?
Okay. Make sure we good on your end. Yeah, so those that was
It is.
uncommon.
Yeah. It is. It is. It was frozen for a second, but you good now. You starting to move around. Um. Okay. So I'm gonna shift gears one more time. Because I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about some of your other ventures. And going into that, I know that you're very fit and healthy, health conscious. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ah, I lost them.
Okay, you good, you good.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, you back. I don't know what happened. Can
Okay,
you hear
now I
me?
think we good. Yeah, I see you. We good.
Okay, okay. Um, so what I was saying is, I see that you're very fit and health conscious as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
can you talk a little bit about how important appearance, diet, and discipline is from an actor's point of view?
Man, honestly, man, I tell people all the time, being in shape, getting in shape was literally the acting was probably what actually drove the whole initial transformation for me.
Really?
I always been an athlete my whole life, but I
Hmm.
tell people, man, there becomes a very thin line where people accept you for who you are when you're in a celebrity world, right? I'm
Hmm.
just on TV. They think like, man, you ain't gotta be in shape. You him. Everybody know you. What you need to be in the gym for? People didn't understand how insecure I was with myself because when I got into the acting, instantly, I think my first stage, the stage plays, it was like, hey, you gotta be the guy with no shirt. I'm like, hey man, hold on. This body has been on nothing but Hennessy and wings the last couple of years. I've been on TV partying and just
Yeah.
drinking. What you say? No shirt. You know what I'm saying? And that was like kind of like I had never been insecure in my life about my body growing up because I played basketball my whole life, military. So
Hmm.
like, wait, y'all, I gotta take my shirt off all the time. Like, hold on. You know what I mean? And that became like just a discomfort for me. So once I fully got back in the gym consistently, got the training, I tell people all the time, pandemic probably for me was probably the best thing that could have happened
Hmm.
for me. It was a mental reset. Spent more time with my family and my kids than I had ever done. Um, I was able to focus just on the gym, myself, my spirits,
Hmm.
and I came out of pandemic a whole different transformed person. And that ties in. I tell people all the time. At the end of the day, beyond being your skill sets, depending on how you look, and it's messed up, but depending on how you look, often can determine a lot of work too. And I
Yeah.
tell people, you want to be, for one, you want to be healthy for yourself. I got three beautiful children and a wife that I want to be around for. So
Yeah.
that's my first drive on it. But when it comes to my work, I mean, not to be vain or sound, not, I love being considered the sexy guy for the project. We
Yeah.
need a muscular dude. We need this handsome guy. That feels great. Knowing like, okay, I'm not being booked for the big thug security guard, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or
Right.
whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I need to be. Y'all want me for the love interest? All right, cool. I'm that. Like, that's a good feeling knowing you're being considered this type of guy. I always tell people I wanted to be the new modern day Morris Chestnut.
Right.
What's your boy from Love and Basketball?
Uh, Omar Epps.
Omar Epps. I wanted to be the Martin him, those guys, because that's what I grew up on. All the ladies was in love with these dudes
Right.
in high school and middle growing up. I wanted to be like that dude. That's who I always wanted to be. As an actor, that sex symbol, that healthy, that good looking guy that they love, who's also just a great actor. And so I tell people all the time that plays a very big role in and number one, your confidence on camera, like
Yeah.
just feeling good about yourself, because it's hard to watch yourself, and
Hmm.
especially if you don't like you're not happy with yourself. It's a very hard thing to do. Because when I used to go I look at myself now and I go look at old Black Ink episodes. I'm like, God
Man.
damn, man, what was you doing? Like, what was you on? Pootie. I didn't call myself Pootie. Like, man, you Pootie. And it plays such a role, and I think it plays a very part. I tell fitness, it plays a very, very big part in our mental health too, man. Because being confident in yourself is an important thing, man. For your mental, for your spirits, and then especially if you have children and people who are around you that look up to you, they need to see a parent that's confident in themselves. They need to see a parent that shows happiness with themselves. And there's nothing like having children in your house and then they having to hear their dad or their mom say, "I look ugly, I look fat, I
Yeah.
look stupid, I don't like myself, I don't like myself." What am I teaching my children? What am I
Right.
teaching my child? How am I teaching them to look at themselves and feel beautiful and feel confident and and feel handsome and feel like, hey, I'm okay as a person. So fitness and all that plays bigger than just being on camera, man. For me, it's my world, it's my realm. It
It's a way of
balances out my family, man. It's a way of life.
life.
It's
Hmm.
completely aware, and it just helps you when you're thinking about being a model, when you're thinking about being an actor, and we're thinking about we live in a realm of social media, so aesthetics plays a part. Walk in your shoes. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
tell you, it's a shoe for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're starting your journey today. you can't realize how many people you're inspiring right now. You alone. We
Right.
all are inspiration to somebody. We just don't realize it. So if you have that big girl who's saying, I got to start my journey, guess what? Be big and be beautiful and be confident that you're walking towards a better version of yourself. If you're that guy who's just starting today, be confident and say, hey, y'all, this is me now. Give me 30 days. Walk with me. Be patient with me. You don't understand how much more respect you get, how much of an influence you are. And then when you come out on top, man, yeah, they train me, bro. How much for your diet, bro? How much to book you for this shoot, bro? You killed it, bro. I want to, man, like they don't understand just you walking in your shoes to be a better you inspires everybody else.
Yeah, yeah. It's the motivation. It's it's allowing people to see that this can, I too can do this. You know what I'm saying?
I too can do this. Exactly, exactly.
All right. So what's next for you? What's next for Don Brunsfield?
Man, you know what, man? What's next for me is I'm manifesting it, man. I'm gonna be in a Marvel movie before it's said and done. I'm telling you, it's coming.
Oh yeah.
Marvel DC, it's on the way. This on the way. We calling that already. We manifesting that, man. I don't care if I'm villain, anti-villain, hero, Gambit, throwing Bishop. I really want to play Bishop. You know, I don't know if you've been watching that. I don't know if you've been watching '97 X-Men, but
Yeah.
I've been a fan since a kid.
I haven't watched the reboot, but I used to collect comics heavy, and so
Listen,
I know all about it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, me and my boy had an hour conversation about it, bro, because it took me back to my childhood days, and we're in love with it already.
Yeah.
But it's one of my dream goals, so it's coming. Right now, I own a gym in Chicago called Apex Universe.
Yes.
It's doing after 3 years, going on 3 years of a successful businessman. I got 500 plus members. So
Wow.
right now, me and my team are just charting out on our next location and hopefully being able to create a chain. You know what I mean? Slowly with the authenticity and energy that we possess and the vibes that we don't put out to the people, we want to just share that with the world. You know, and continue to be acting, man, and hopefully not only be acting, but my next goal is to be writing and producing myself, being behind the camera and helping other people like myself bring their dreams to life. So that's what's coming up, man. I already see it. I already prayed on it. Then
Yeah.
wrote it. It's
Yeah.
time to sign and deliver it, and it's now just a matter of taking action and continue to take action each day.
Being that you already thought of it and you already spoke it, it's already in existence. It's just a matter of time, man.
It's time now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. One more thing that I want to mention before we get to the final word, but
Okay.
about your gyms. I'm not sure if you're
Mhm.
familiar with a guy named Alex Hermosi. Um, but if you ever get time to look him up on YouTube,
Okay.
he and his wife, but it started with him.
Hmm.
Started their own gyms with memberships, and then they started a franchise.
Yeah.
And he went from maybe like a few members to now making well over $100 million. He has since transitioned over to like big business and corporate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, he started there with the
Man,
whole.
if you can send that to me, brother, that would be a blessing. If you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
send that to me, that'd be a blessing.
yeah. He does a lot of interviews. So I don't really know which one is the best interview to
Oh
listen
no,
to, but
I'm gonna screw up through him.
I'll definitely
I'm gonna screw up through him.
I'll definitely shoot you a link. Him and his wife. Now what they do is a lot of consultations and do a lot
Yeah.
of YouTube
Oh
videos.
man, please send that my way, brother.
Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that to you because I know you have a gym, you have your own business, you
Yeah.
have your own clothing line, and you also have your own like protein and all that stuff too.
Yeah, I have my own
Yeah.
pre-workout, man. Energy drink dropping soon. Don't want to
Okay.
reveal the name until we drop it on y'all, man. It's gonna be dope, but it's black owned,
Yeah.
formula created by us, patent by us, man. So me and my guys are just trying to tap into the elements and the realms that our counterparts been doing. You know what I mean? And what I mean by counterparts, just other ethnicities, cultures, who support their own people. We're trying to build things that we can all support and
Mhm.
grow on as a unit. And I'm trying to create that the element where my people can be investors. My people can be a part of it. Like it's not. So I'm not that guy that's like I got the game, I got the jewels, I'm keeping it to myself.
Right.
Man, I want us all to win. So
Yeah.
I'm building things that everybody can step into and partner up or support or be able to be a part of. Man, that's what we're opening. We want to create jobs and opportunity. I'm lucky enough to have been blessed to build my power circle and team that has the same vision and views.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And when this interview comes out, I'll make sure to post the links to
Uh,
your fitness business and everything too, so that
man,
way
thank you,
you can get a little bit of attention there as well. You know what I'm saying?
for sure,
Um,
man. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. And then so lastly, I like to give all of my guests the final word, whether that be a piece of advice that they've been given, words of encouragement, or a quote that they'd like to live by. So you can say all three, or you can choose one. It's up to you.
I'm just gonna give everybody this dope word, dope couple of words. And somebody shared it with me, and since they shared that with me, I think my perspective on life has continued to grow, change, and develop and become better. Don't take things personal. When you don't take things personal and you realize what walk of life that other person may be in, that stage of life they're in, um, you're able to share love back and get them past that. I want people to start understanding, man, everything doesn't have to be combative.
Mhm.
Everything doesn't have to be a fight. Sometimes we just got to be prepared to give love even when love is not deserved. And because I learned that, every room I step in, I'm confident, I'm full of love. As big as I am, I'm 6'4", 260, man. I don't walk in and look like a threat.
Right.
I walk in and look like, you know what, we all safe.
Yeah.
We safe. I feel like that's a good dude to be around. I feel like that's good company. And I want others to feel that same glow. I want others to feel that same love when they travel, when they walk. I don't worry about ops and other people shooting at me, trying to hurt me, do this, because I know the walk of life I've chosen is a walk of peace and love.
Yeah.
And I'm not. It's not about Martin Luther King or Malcolm. Man, I'm not trying to say like I'm in that element. But I think if we stop taking things so personal, we might be able to see what the other person is dealing with and accept it and say, okay, it's okay. He's just in a place. He's in a place. He or she's in a place right now that
Right.
I'm not in.
Right.
I would be angry too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Let it go. Move forward. Share love daily. Share love daily. Put out to the universe what you want to receive back. Even when you know they don't deserve love, give love anyway.
Mm.
Because the universe is who's judging you. The universe is who's blessing you. It's not going to be that person. The universe is going to bless your love and your kindness, even when they know that person didn't deserve it. And since I learned that, man, life has been so peaceful. I can't stay angry. Nobody can upset me. Nobody can throw me off my square. The day may start off rocky, but I don't take it personal. I know it's going to end how I chose to let it end, man. So I just want people to start taking, like, let's learn. Let's learn just to love anyway. Let's learn not to take everything so personal. See past it. Because remember, your perspective may be different. If we started here on the first floor together and I kept working to get to the fourth, if somebody told us to look across the street, it's going to look like two different across the streets.
Right.
My perspective is different from up here. I've grown. I've matured. My heart has become better. If he's still here, her anger and her heart is still here, she only going to see what she can see. And I accept that she can't see everything I see. I accept he can't see everything I see. I love you anyway, bro. I'm going to pray for you anyway. And I believe that we will slowly become a better culture, a better group of people. The world can slowly change, even if it's just one of us at a time. It can happen. We got to believe it, man. So I'm all about us sharing love and peace and support for each other. So I just want to tell everybody, don't take everything personal, y'all. Keep growing, keep learning, keep chasing your dreams. Hey, man, I love y'all, and I'm telling y'all I love y'all today if y'all ain't heard it today. So, let's win.
Amen, man. Amen. And to that, I say, ladies and gentlemen, Don Brunsfeld.
Well, appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Continue to support each other, y'all. Let's win together.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.